Hi, everyone. Hope you had an amazing March break and welcome back. We happen to be starting Unit 2, which is great. This first week back, I've kind of kept it somewhat light in terms of the Dropbox evaluations, and the content shouldn't be all that new to you because they are concepts that we have learned about in grade 10, and that's a prerequisite for this course. So we are Unit 2, Module 1. And just as a reminder, to get to that, you click on the Unit 2, go to Module 1, and then you have the Module 1 lesson slides that pop up. Okay, for those of you who need the auditory part, there are often the auditory symbols that you can listen to. If there isn't, it will give you instructions to watch the various videos. Here is a Dropbox submission that I'd like to check for completion and to make sure that you are on the right track. So then we get into the law of conservation of mass. You need to watch this little video and listen to my instructions there. And then we get into chemical equations and we talk about word equations and balanced equations. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you go through each slide carefully because balancing equations is a really important thread that takes us throughout the entire course, especially this unit when we talk about types of reactions. So it's really important that you get a good handle on that. When it says here's the lesson video, please watch and copy out the examples. You should have your 3-ring notebook and you should have those copied out. These are lesson materials that you want to be able to refer back to. And so just going through the lesson slides without taking notes is not a good way to set yourself up for success. So make sure you do that wherever it says. Often there is a follow-up information on slides. And then here are some more complex balancing equations. You want to go through those as well. Then I have some practice balancing, and you definitely want to do some of these. Contact me if you are having any trouble. This sort of scaffolds this balancing equation. So it's where you set up and you balance using a chart. And then here we get a little bit more complex where we're just balancing by inspection, and you can check your answers on the last slide. Then you get into your balancing equation evaluation, which will be marked. Do not attempt this evaluation without having done some of the practice beforehand. Okay, so that is how the module is going to work. In terms of this week's participation is activity number 14, and there is a Google Meet sign up form that I'm going to ask you to pick a time where you can meet with me for 10 minutes. It will be in small groups if there are multiple people where that time works for them. So I've tried to give a bit of a variety here. If one of these times doesn't work for you, then please reach out in an email and let me know when we can meet. Again, quick 10 minutes, Google Meet, just to discuss Unit 1 and to talk a little bit about Unit 2. And then this way we can kind of have a bit more of a face-to-face meeting. So if you have any questions, please let me know. This week, again, only 2 submissions. If you are behind, this is your one last chance to get yourself caught up for Unit 1 because things are going to start to move along fairly quickly here and midterms are going to be here before we know it. So have a great rest of your week and reach out at any time if you need any clarification.